Okay, now it's time to get started. The first speaker to grace our virtual stage today is Roberta Romero. Roberta Romero is a mental health advocate. Hello, thank you for joining me on the stage. She is a mental health advocate and Emmy award-winning journalist at King 5 News. She initially spent 22 years reporting on major news events in the Puget Sound region, and her specialty was sharing the stories of everyday people. In 2015, she left TV news for the nonprofit world, including working at a treatment center for substance use disorder. In 2021, Roberta returned to her first passion of journalism, becoming the executive producer for the award-winning King 5 Facing Race unit. She is proud to help guide and tell stories about the BIPOC community and confronting the complex issues of race and racism. Like most of us, Roberta has been personally touched by behavioral health issues, and she shares that experience to help remove stigma and raise awareness. Volunteering is a vital part of Roberta's life, and she sits on several nonprofit boards. Roberta, I turn this over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a lovely welcome. I appreciate it. And hello, and welcome to the Reimagining Behavioral Health, Race Equity, and Social Justice Conference 2024. It is an honor to be with you all today. And as she said, my name is Roberta Romero. Everyone calls me Bert. Please feel free to. And I am the executive producer of the Facing Race unit at the NBC affiliate, King 5 News, here in Seattle, Washington. Today, I will be sharing my story as a Latina woman, mother, wife, nonprofit board member, and as an alcoholic. Yes, that is also my story and an important part of it. But spoiler alert, I'm in long-term recovery. I'm very open about my alcoholism and substance use disorder. No more shame, no more stigma, not on my watch. We have to start talking about this and let people know this is what an alcoholic looks like. And more importantly, this is what recovery looks like. I don't like to live with secrets anymore, so I'd like to share something with you all right now that only few people know about me. This might be hard to hear, but I want to tell it. I need to tell it. I love being old. I love it. Yes, it is wrinkles and creaky knees and gray hairs and bifocal glasses. You know what else it is? It's confidence. It's peace of mind. It's perspective, joy, calmness, owning my own power. All of the things I wished for when I was younger, but for some reason only comes with age. And boy, was it a journey to get here, let me tell you. For a bit of reference, I was born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and landed in Seattle as a TV reporter for King 5 News in 1992, the last century. Back in those days, you would have never heard the terms mental health or work-life balance. And in fact, I was living the dream with a high-stress career, a husband, 3 kids. I had a son and twin daughters, and I was as miserable and sad as I'd ever been in my life. My solution was alcohol, and it worked until it didn't. I hit a bottom and I was able to find help at a treatment center in Kirkland, Washington, and I got sober. This past January, I celebrated 20 years of sobriety. And I share my story not to shock you or impress you. It's to let you know who I am, to invite vulnerability into this space and, dare I say, intimacy. Today, at the Reimagining Behavioral Healthcare Equity and Social Justice Conference, we need this because we're going to go deep. And for a lot of us, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to bring up feelings and raise awareness. And for all of this, I honor you for being here. This is the only way systemic change will take place. When people like you, who are on the front lines, are willing to be teachable, uncomfortable, and here to help carry this fire. Now, this conference started in 2020 by Harborview Behavioral Health Institute after the murder of George Floyd and the urgent and heightened need to address the growing tensions across races, ethnicities, the LGBTQIA2S plus community, people with disabilities, and other marginalized groups. It started as a call to action and a beginning. Now, we will have experts and people with lived experience to help dismantle systemic racist systems, and we're going to support each other as we navigate and improve and come up with new systems, new policies. And you all should know Harborview Behavioral Health Institute, also known as BHI, is at the forefront of transforming behavioral health in Washington State and a leader in the nation. BHI is dedicated to advancing innovation, research, clinical practice in community behavioral health, and they do this by uniting the expertise of Harborview Medical Center and UW Medicine. BHI collaborates with key partners across the state and region to tackle systemic challenges and serves as a vital regional resource. This includes innovative programs like the Behavioral Health Apprenticeship Program, a first episode psychosis treatment program, and of course, the Race, Equity, and Social Justice Call to Action series, to name a few. And deep gratitude to the Washington State Healthcare Authority, who is funding this conference in order to provide it free for everyone. Thank you. And here are some of the facts, plain and simple. Behavioral health workers witness firsthand the devastating effects of systemic racism and inequities in our healthcare systems. And we have to recognize this dual burden that you carry of supporting individuals with mental health issues, as well as advocating for those with voices who are often marginalized. It can be a heavy load. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment for substance abuse, behavioral disorder, and mental health counselors is projected to grow by 18% by 2032. I believe it'll be much higher than that, proving that the demand for you all is so very true. And with that, we need to make sure we are supporting and caring for you as we prepare for the ever-growing need of services. Now, as I mentioned, I'm the executive producer of the Facing Race unit here at the King 5 in Seattle. And the Facing Race unit, like this conference, was created after the murder of George Floyd. We produce long-form layered stories on exposing systemic racism, the impacts, the solution, as well as celebrating culture. To be fair, the first story King 5 did was to take a look at our very own newsroom at the time. Did we reflect the demographics of our community? And you will not be surprised that no, we did not. We can't tell these stories unless we are of the people who are showing them. And I can tell you in 2024, we do now, with a concentrated effort to hire and retain people of color. And the goal of our news director is to make sure that Facing Race stories are woven into our daily content. And I'm going to be honest with you, doing a story on racism is not hard. They're everywhere. But that is not exactly what we do. We go deeper than that. These stories, as I said, are layered. They are multiple voices. They are centered on the voices of people of color. And whether it's speaking to Indigenous people about getting their perspective on what Thanksgiving means to them, or to exposing racist practices towards people of color in the healthcare system, I'm here right beside you, I promise. Our team has won several Emmys as well as Edward R. Murrow Awards and has been recognized nationally. I do not take my role here lightly. In the 3 years I've been here, I've been uplifted, enraged, inspired, and downright hurt. Even with my years of sobriety and my exposure to mental health, it was still shocking, and still is now, to read the emails and social media posts from racists tearing down the work we do. But we survive. I survive because of all of you and the work you do, because you are the people I call when I need help, and so many others. And lucky for us, you answer. Thank you. Here's the thing. I know I could not do this work if I wasn't old. So how about I change that word? Because I know it isn't the best. Here's the thing. I know I could not do this word if I wasn't experienced. And I had to have all of these experiences, good and bad, to lead me to this place right here with you all. In my pre-sober days, I only had two views. I was looking at the past and how I was going to change it. And I was looking at the future and how I was going to change it. I could never understand the moment of now, right here. And now I'm here with all of you here to learn and to be better people. And this is now the time when I pause. I breathe it in. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for this moment and this opportunity to share it all with you. Thank you. And I hope you get everything you need and more from this experience.
Roberta, thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here welcoming us to the conference. And I'm just very grateful for you and the work you do in the world. So